Mm. You know you can walk in, right? Just take a seat. Oh, and before you sit down, make sure that your phone is off. I hate being interrupted while I'm talking. Make yourself comfortable. I saw you on the news. What was that all about, huh? Don't play yourself for a fool. You're only going to get on Kira's nerves. That's the last person you want to piss off. At least for right now. I don't. I don't have all the information. I only have enough. You have a lot of questions, don't you? That's all you keep doing is asking questions over and over again. Why don't I ask you a question? Do you value your life? Really? How much do you value your life? Would you like a cup of coffee? I also have some sugar cubes if you'd like. Here. Who knows how long we'll be talking about this subject? I don't really have that many hobbies. Sometimes I like to stay inside. Eat, sleep, drink. I never knew the order of things mattered. For the safety of our conversation, I'd like for you to call me Ryuzaki. Thank you. What can I call you by? That way we don't give ourselves away. I'm not calling you by that name because it sounds inappropriate. I want candy. Do you have any candy? Wow, a peppermint. I'm not the greatest fan of peppermint, but I'll pass. I don't even know you that well. What other information have you dug up about Kira? Or are you trying to keep that under the wraps as well? I see. You know that's not going to serve anyone any good, right? At some point, he's going to come for us. I have no doubt in my mind about that. That's why we have to be ready. You have to be ready. The troops, our allies, have to be prepared. Or else we'll be putting the general public in danger as well. And that's the last thing that we want, right? I'm always thinking about death. if there were an afterlife, where would someone like me go? This world, it isn't constructed for people like me. It's cruel, merciless, vile. Even when you think you're succeeding, you're failing in the end. Life is just one big old puzzle. It's like chess, putting the pieces together. Kira is playing a game. He has a puzzle. He wants us to solve it. I'm gonna need you to let me do this on my own. Only this part. Because it might put people at risk. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Let me ask you this. Why did you come here? You came here because you needed my help. Now why would you need the help of someone who's incapable? Exactly. You needed my help. Because I am a resource. And I know exactly what to do. When I was younger, kids used to pick on me because I was always quiet enough to decide. I never really fit in, but I was alright with that. Why should I want to fit into a world that doesn't even like me? Nowadays, people, they do things hoping that they can fit in. They're judged, criticized, ridiculed because they're different. People with disabilities, things that they can't help, are treated like monsters, like burdens. Let me ask you this. Imagine living your life with no hands, never being able to hold something on your own. Imagine living your life in a wheelchair, never being able to go anywhere unless someone pushes you or takes you. Imagine being a slow learner. Imagine having these disorders. That's sad. And I often don't talk about sad things or consider things to be sad. This generation is so insensitive to the world around them, to the people around them. Kira is waking the world up to the fact that anyone at any time, at any place, can lose their life regardless of stature, regardless of state of mind, regardless of how ahead you think you are, regardless of how pretty you think you are, or handsome, or rich, or poor. It's all the same. The Grim Reaper chooses who he takes. And if my time ever comes, I'll be content with the life that I led. I never fell for the fantasy of this world. I just lived in it. That's all. In a little while, I'm going to go get me some sweets. I'm hungry. Unfortunately, I can't have you just stay here. So you're going to have to get going as well. Yes. We should discuss this another time. When's the next time you're free? I see. You know where to find me. By the way, you have an insect on your face. I'm just going to take it off. Bugs are so annoying. They truly are. But we kill them so mindlessly because they give us no value. One more thing before I get going. I saw your blog. You were talking about feeling lonely. Just know this. Appreciate the moments you have alone. The time you have being by yourself. This world is only getting darker. Appreciate the quiet times. The times where you can just think to yourself. They're precious. Looking back at old memories. Sometimes we're too concerned about the future. We neglect the present. We're burdened by the past. It's in those quiet moments where there's just you and four walls. The only thing you can really do is think about the life that you've led and why you're here today. So, maybe, just maybe, it isn't a bad thing to be alone. You're never lonely. Walk outside. You'll see someone. Maybe you feel like you can't relate to certain people. There's about 7 billion people in this world. There's someone out there for you. There's someone out there who understands, who gets it. You're just wallowing in your pity that you haven't gone out there to find them. Personally, I don't mind being alone. I don't have this feeling of loneliness. As I said before, I feel content. I think myself happy. I have to get going now. My stomach isn't settling right, and I need to get me something to eat. What should I have for sweets today? That has to be the most exciting part of my day sometimes. Remember, watch your back out there.